Now we are halfway through 2025, believe it or not, with prices on the rise. It's a great time for a mid-year financial checkup. So we've got financial advisor David Hicks here from Oakmont Advisory to talk money moves. Headlines say inflation's down, but it's still, it's cooled a bit. Things are still expensive. So what should people be looking out for still?
Yeah, while it's not the top of headlines, it is affecting your budget. So I really encourage people to know what they're spending and what they're spending their money on. So one of the best things you can do is get one of those budgeting apps. I personally like Rocket Money. I think it's free or a small bill every single month, but it's able to track what you're spending your money on and then look back year over year, so you can identify those small sneaky places inflation is affecting your budget. Once you're informed, you can make some good decisions, start cutting down where you don't need certain things.
Okay, good stuff. That's good advice. And let's talk about investments.
Yes.
Pretty unpredictable market still. So what about people wanting to invest? What do they need to know?
Yeah, right now, halfway through the year is a good time to make some small changes that could make some big impacts for the rest of the year. With regards to your investments, it's good to look at what you're invested in, how you're allocated. A lot of people have been investing in U.S. tech over the past couple of years just because that's where all the growth has been. Or those Mag 7s, the Microsoft, Amazons, Googles. This year's a different story. Diversification is the headline, so having exposure in other areas is really important. So dig in and see where your money's invested, how you're invested, and start maybe broadening out that exposure. International stocks, international bonds are actually outperforming U.S. domestic stocks and bonds this year. First time in a long time. And gold is actually up over 30% for the year so far. So broadening out, getting exposure could be a helpful thing. We encourage people to do that a couple times a year. Okay,
good stuff. And let's talk emergency funds. Sometimes overlooked, especially when you've got other money going out and prices rising. How to prepare for the worst? What can people do?
Yeah, 3 to 6 months of emergency expenses is key, but that's based on current expense dollars, not back 3 or 4 years ago when you looked at your budget last time. So
right.
Things have cost more, so getting that in check is important. Knowing where your money's at and knowing what it's earning is important. Traditional savings accounts are still earning nothing, and you can go get a high yield savings account so that money is earning 4 to 5%. So it's really important, again, dig in a little bit. This is a great time to do so. Take advantage of some of these higher interest rates, which is good for your money,
right.
Bad for borrowing money, but take advantage so you can earn more on every dollar.
Good stuff. David Hicks, Oakmont Advisory, thanks so much for the advice.